Okay, well, I'm very pleased to welcome our first ever guest to the ukulele warm-up, extended edition really. It's ukulele performer and singer Phil Doleman. So,
Hello.
hello. Now, I haven't finished talking about you yet. So nice of you to prove that you are actually here. Hello, Phil. Phil's travelled all over the UK as well as to Europe and the US, performing and leading workshops at festivals, theatres, and clubs. He's appeared on over 20 albums and even a number 2 hit single. So we'll definitely have to ask him what that was. And he's performed on BBC Radio and TV, and I think we'll soon add him to the list. Add to the list the ukulele warm up as an appearance as well. He's a regular contributor to the Uke magazine. Has composed pieces for the London College of Music ukulele grade syllabus, and is also the author of the book How Music Works. I even have a copy here. I bought this years ago, and I have used it. So that's great. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big Zoom wave and hello to Phil. Phil Dolman, everybody.
Hello.
Hello,
Thank
Phil.
you.
Yes, you can say hello again. Hello, Phil.
Hello. Hello.
And nice to see you. I think our paths last crossed in Barleylands, the Essex Ukulele Festival. Do you remember that?
That's right. It rained, didn't it?
That's right. I'd
A
forgotten that.
lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember standing under one of those little parasol things,
Yes.
and that was probably. I mean, festivals. You know, obviously part of what you do. Well, how did the Burp Festival go? And perhaps explain to people what the Burp Festival is. It's not a festival of burping.
No, it's the Berkhamsted Ukulele Players group, and every year, this was the 10th year, they do Ukes for UNICEF, which is
Oh
a
yeah,
nice charity day-long festival raising money for UNICEF.
yeah,
And unfortunately, obviously, this was the first one that wasn't actually happening in the real world.
live. Yeah,
But it went really, really well. It was 7 hours of Zoom all through a Saturday with workshops off in breakout rooms and concerts and jam-alongs and things like that. It was a
yeah.
really lovely day. And I think we're getting pretty close to £4,000 raised.
Raised, yeah, for UNICEF. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
great. And did you perform, or were you doing a workshop, or both?
I did both. I did
Okay.
both. Yes. So I had to kick my family out so I could sit here.
Of course, you're doing it at home. Yeah, from home.
Yes.
And that's really good. So at least music does carry on during lockdown. So how have you been making the most of your lockdown apart from the Burp Festival?
Oh, I've been making a lot of videos.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well,
Trying to sort of keep
yeah,
busy, really. So since the start of lockdown, I've produced about 300 YouTube videos.
300.
Yeah.
Goodness me.
So I only had about 150 videos on my channel, which has been going for about 10 years. And
You
yeah, in
didn't
the
think
last
you didn't
10
think that was
months,
enough.
yeah, in the last 10 months, I've added another 300.
300. Goodness
And
me.
plus, I've been running my Patreon thing, which is a subscription service where people get a video lesson from me every week.
Yeah.
So I've been making those videos as well. So
Good. Oh, right. Well,
yeah.
tell you what. Do you fancy performing something first? I think you've got your ukulele there. Are you going
Hmm.
to
Yeah, why
give
not?
us a song? Yes. Okay.
Okay.
And
I'll do a song by a band called the Mississippi Shakes from the 20s, and it's called We're Both Feeling Good Right Now.
excellent.
Let me tell you, friends, a man's life is more than kin. Let me tell you what happened to me when I was down in old Tennessee. I spent half of my life without ever loving no wife. Then I found a girl to be mine. Now this life I'm living's just fine. I'm feeling good. You say you're feeling good. We're both feeling good right now. I'm feeling good. Yeah, you're feeling good. Can't stop this feeling, no how. When I first met you, babe, I thought that you wouldn't do. But since I'm loving you, baby, there's been no one but you. Yeah, I'm feeling good. You say you're feeling good, we're both feeling good right now. I tell you, baby, both are feeling feeling good right now. I'm feeling good. You say you're feeling good. We're both feeling good right now. I'm feeling good. Yeah, you're feeling good. Can't stop this feeling, no how. Loving you, babe, well, it satisfies me. Loving you, babe, well, it hypnotizes me. And I'm feeling good. You say you're feeling good, we're both feeling good right now. I tell you, baby, both feeling good right now. I tell you, honey, both feeling good right now.
Hey, that's great, lovely, Phil.
Thank you.
And can I just ask a couple of questions about what you were playing there? What's on your right fingers to start with?
Yeah, these are banjo picks, plastic banjo picks.
Right?
So I've got those two on there and one on there, and that's partly because I'm a nail biter, so I've got no fingernails, but also because I'm playing a resonator uke, and these things are mechanically amplified. So, like all things, you know, energy in equals energy out.
Yeah.
The more I can get these strings moving, the more they move the metal cone inside here, and the more that moves the air. So if I'm very gentle with it, it's very quiet. But the minute you put some energy in, the sound pops out.
Okay, because we've been doing some finger picking today, some very simple finger picking, just using fingers. Would that work with those finger picks as well? Or would you get into a tangle?
It would, but they do take a lot of getting used to, because you can't actually feel the string.
And you've only got them on you haven't got them on the third finger?
Nothing on that finger. I only use 3 digits.
Okay.
Because most of the time my thumb is alternating between the C and the G strings.
Okay, right.
And that's kind of what's keeping the rhythm of the song going.
Yeah.
And then the fingers are doing the little melodic bits. My thumb is the engine, really. Because I come from a fingerstyle guitar background, playing sort of Chet Atkins tunes and things, where the thumb goes bum ching, bum ching, bum ching.
Bum ching. So is that a traditional style, or is that just adapted for yourself? Is that something guitarists and ukulele players have always done?
Not so much ukulele players, but I got them from my guitar playing and lap steel playing, where picks are quite common. And also on the banjo as well. If you're a banjo player, you will play with a thumb and 2 fingers. On the 5-string banjo. Right. These 2 fingers are normally planted on the top of the instrument.
Yeah,
and then
hold it. Yeah,
it's called 3-finger style, but actually it's 2 fingers and a thumb. But I got this from Del Rey, and Del Rey is a fantastic blues ukulele and guitar player.
Yeah,
and I started using picks after seeing her and being impressed with the sound she made.
So the instrument itself, it's got national written on the end. Is this what they call a national resonator?
This is a national resophonic, yes. So this is made of steel.
Okay.
So it's really heavy.
All right, I doesn't look it.
National were a company in the 20s, 30s, 40s, but they went out of business when electricity came along.
Yeah.
They made all these mechanically amplified instruments. But then when people rediscovered blues musicians, sort of in the 60s, people heard these old records and wanted the sound.
Yeah.
And tried to buy up all these old instruments when they discovered what was being played on those records. Eventually, the National Company came back into existence as National Resophonic, and that's what this is.
Goodness me. Because you don't use a strap, so I mean, are you able to hold it up, or is it resting on your leg?
There's no strap button.
No.
and short of welding something to it, I'm not sure what I could do.
So how do you hold it?
It's fine. I tend to, when I'm picking, I tend to have it resting on my leg.
Oh, okay.
But it's, if you get in a nice position, actually the weight is quite nice
Yeah. Oh,
because
is
it
it?
doesn't
Right.
feel like
Okay.
it's going to float away. It just
No,
sits
no, no.
on my beer belly there quite nicely.
And the strings are just natural, just the usual
Yeah.
nylon type strings,
Yeah,
not
these are
steel.
Aquila strings. They just happen to be the black ones, but
Right.
yeah, these are standard uke strings and standard tuning. Yeah.
And I noticed you got the violin style tuning pegs. They
Yes.
rather than the geared. Is that just how it came? I suppose. Is
Yeah,
it?
it is, but I quite like the friction pegs, and in fact, little I can show you this one. A little, it's kind of a little plug. I was really lucky. There's now a Phil Dolman signature model ukulele,
Aha. Yes.
produced by World of Ukes and
I didn't
Miller
know.
Ukuleles, and we compromised on this one because
Yeah.
it has the rear-facing pegs,
Yeah.
but these are actually geared.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
They're
Right.
really clever. They're lovely. I want to put them on everything now. They're really, really nice and smooth. They
Okay.
look traditional, and I quite like that traditional look.
Right. Well, just for people in the audience who are not aware of this, if your ukulele pegs point outwards, have you got a ukulele you can to the sides? That's a
I,
common.
I haven't got one of those
Oh,
anywhere near, but if the ears
yeah,
stick
the sort of
out,
like,
there's
yeah,
one. John's got one. Yes.
yeah. I mean, that's the what you'll see on most ukuleles, and they're geared, and that
Mm,
just means that when you turn it, the string doesn't move quite so much. But with the pegged ones, the traditional
yeah.
pegs, one tiny little turn can change the tuning dramatically, can't it?
Yes.
On the
Yes.
like what I call the violin pegs, but yours is geared and pointing out the back.
Yeah. These are
Right.
really nice little tuners. They're a little bit bulkier, but they still keep
Yeah.
the nice traditional look, which
And
I
they're
like.
out of view when you're actually playing, aren't they?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
That's right. So you got. How did you manage to do that? To get a Phil Dolman special? That's what company was
Well,
it again?
I've been talking to Matt at World of Ukes before World of Ukes existed, when it used to be Omega Music years ago,
Right.
trying to come up with a signature model uke, and we discussed what we'd like it to be, and I wanted it to be traditional looking,
Yep.
without lots of fancy stuff, just
All
a
right.
good sort of workman-like little solid wood
Yeah.
uke. And then, literally in the summer, it wasn't long ago, Matt got in touch and said he'd found this new company called Miller,
All
who have
right.
been making some really nice ukes out of a very small factory in Taiwan.
Yeah.
And so we played a few of their ukes, or he did, and he sent me a couple to play, and we really liked them. And they were very keen to do it. And it must have only been 6 weeks before they sent some photographs saying something like this. And
That's
and
what you
this is
wanted.
one of the prototypes, and now Matt is selling them through the shop. And
That's
yeah,
great.
really pleased with how they came out. A lovely little instrument.
Excellent, right? And you sound loud and clear when you're playing. We were chatting before you arrived about somebody was asking about using microphones over Zoom and so on. What's your audio setup for performing on Zoom and um, microphones and so on? What do you use for
Yeah.
that?
Well, I decided at the beginning of this that I thought we were probably going to be stuck at home for quite a long time.
Yeah,
So out went the PA gear that was
yeah,
just
yeah,
gathering dust, and
yeah.
in came new gear. So I've got, if I mute, I can show it to you.
Okay, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Rode microphone. Okay. Judging by the label, that's so. Is that a USB plug into your laptop type microphone?
There we go. I'm on mute. I realised I muted myself and then started talking to you about the
That's
microphone.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a Rode NT1 Mini USB mic. So that's straight into my computer.
Yeah.
I also have an audio interface, so I can plug in any other microphones if I want to.
Right.
And that is also driving a nice set of speakers, and I've got a big screen. So instead of being hunched over a laptop,
Yeah.
I've got a nice setup where I can sit and work, and a good webcam and a nice mic, and it's made a world of difference to
Right.
teaching, having a
Because
good setup.
when you're doing your workshops, I presume you are where you are now,
Mm.
and even at the Burp Festival, that's you were just literally sitting where you are now.
I put a curtain across the back,
Oh, did you?
but other than that, yeah, I was
Make
right
it look
here.
a little less domestic.
Yes, yes.
Right, I just thought we'd just for everyone's entertainment, I'll just put on a little video of Phil just for a couple of minutes. Something he sent me. So if we'll just take a little pause and we'll play a song. You can introduce it, Phil. Yeah,
Okay.
that one. I wish
That
I
one.
could shimmy like my sister can.
Oh yeah,
Have
the
you really
lovely
got? You
old
got?
20s dance tune, and this was
Yeah.
done a couple of years ago at the wonderful Summer Strum in near Liverpool,
Yeah.
and it's a great sort of charity festival, and it was a beautiful sunny day, and yes, we had a lot of fun. So this is me playing playing "Shimmy Like My Sister Kate" about 50% too fast.
Thank you very
Right.
much. Well, I went to a dance with my sister Kate. Everyone there thought she danced great. I realized a thing or two that Kate was into something new. Well, I looked at her and she was in a trance. Then I knew that it was in a dance. So all the boys are going wild over Sister Kate's style. Well, I wish I could shimmy like my sister Kate, shake it like a bowl of jelly on a plate. Mama wanted to know right now, why does everybody treat Kate so nice? Well, all the boys in the neighborhood knew that she could shimmy, and it's understood that I might be late, but I'll be up to date if I can shimmy like my sister Kate. I mean, shimmy like my sister Kate. Here we go. Well, I wish I could shimmy like my sister Kate, shake it like a bowl of jelly on a plate. Mama wanted to know right now, why does everybody treat Kate so nice? Well, all the boys in the neighborhood knew that she could shimmy, and it's understood that I might be late, but I'll be up to date if I can shimmy like my sister Kate. I mean, shimmy like my sister Kate. I might be late, but I'll be up to date if I can shimmy like my sister Kate. Shimmy like my sister Kate. Thank you very much. I've been Paul Doleman. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Cheers.
Oh, well done, Phil. That's. I bet you'd wished you hadn't started off at such a speed, though.
Yes, absolutely.
Goodness me, but well played. And where was that?
That was the Summer Strum out Liverpool way.
Oh, right. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, well, maybe these festivals will come back, even maybe this summer, possibly. Have you heard of any festivals, ukulele festivals this summer taking place?
No, the only one that I had some hope for has just decided to not bother this year because it was a little bit too close. And they asked people, and people said, "Well, I might not have had my jabs by then." And there were too many
dates.
risks. So
Yeah.
I think this year, or at least the first half of this year, is going to be also washed out, as was the whole of last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they'll come back. Good. Okay. Now, I looked on your site, and you're obviously a top tip person.
Yes.
So I wonder if we could pinch one off you. Have you got a top tip
Yeah,
hour?
of course. Yeah.
We got you got 64 people in front of you, all with ukuleles.
Wonderful.
Is it worth them grabbing their ukuleles? Are you going to give them something to do?
Absolutely.
Oh, you can.
Yeah,
Oh,
that'd be
okay, great.
Yeah, grab
All
me
right,
a
well,
uke. Yes,
top
it's a
tip for
really
Phil
simple
Doleman.
one. It's a simple one, but it's one that it's something I find myself teaching more than anything else
Yeah.
in groups, and it seems to be, regardless of level, beginners, everybody. It's something that we do all the time, and it's really simple. It's when you're playing rhythm. So if I'm playing a tune, whatever chords, whatever style I'm playing, maybe it's something a bit more, the island strum, things like that. The one thing that always happens is this hand never stops. It goes up and down all the time. So I could play some rhythms like this, but that's taking quite a lot of brain power to think about start, stop, start, stop. So I try and get people into the habit of just swinging their right hand. So find a C chord and just get your hand going up and down, but just hit the strings on the way down. So you get this. And now we're going to hit them on the way up as well, and our hand won't change its motion. And now we've got the ups as well. And then you go back to just the downs. And you're all looking pretty confident, so I'm going to do a tricky one now. So we put the hands in again. And now stop playing the downs. and then put the downs back in again. That's the hard one. If you do your island strum, that's exactly the same thing. I'm just missing some ups and some downs. And the big advantage of playing like this is, firstly, if you accidentally mess up, it doesn't stop the rhythm. If I accidentally do a down when I want to do an up, my hand is still going and my down strokes are happening on the beat. So I never end up in this horrible position where everyone is strumming down except me and I'm going up. And if you've ever found yourself doing that at a ukulele club and you're desperately trying to get your hand to go the same way as everyone else, and as soon as you think you've got it, you look around and they're all going the other way to you again. You're down there going up. So having that constant movement, even if I'm doing something very small, like maybe a chord melody piece, something like this. I'm still keeping that going all the time, even if I'm making it very small and just hitting one or two strings, because it really doesn't matter how fancy this hand is. If the rhythm isn't there, then it's not going to be something that people enjoy listening to. They probably prefer to listen to something with two chords and a rhythm they can dance to.
Yes, it's all about the timing, isn't it?
That's
yes.
my top tip is, that's your engine. Keep it going no matter what. There was a chap, and I'm struggling to remember his name, but it was a banjo ukulele player from years ago, and his motto was just keep pedaling. No matter what happens with this hand, that hand keeps going all the time.
It's right, yeah. And even miming, even if you lost the chords, just keep going.
You know, the best chord is that one.
Yeah, that's
If you don't know the chord, just mute the strings and keep the rhythm going, and at least the song will keep going. Yeah.
Excellent, Phil. So we can get more of these top tips, from your webpage or from your YouTube channel?
If you go to my, in fact, if you can find me on YouTube, but if you go to the website Learn the Ukulele, all one word, .co.uk.
Yeah, I'll put it into the email that I send everybody, so nobody needs to write it down.
Brilliant.
So,
that links to all of categories of my YouTube videos, and so if you click on any of those, it'll take you straight to my YouTube, and there are 100 2-minute tips.
Right.
And there are now I think we're on 15 of my ukulele trick of the week, which is what I put up every Thursday, and lots of other stuff as well. I've just noticed a couple of questions as well.
Yes,
you can get baritone resonators. You can get baritone resonator ukuleles. That one I was playing in the video, the white one, is a Beltona, and they're made in Leeds. And he makes any size you want. So I have, in fact, on my YouTube channel, you'll find me demonstrating one of Beltona's baritone resonator ukuleles. And you can get those back geared pegs separately. Several companies make them. Goto make them. I think Grover now make them. Right. And the ones on mine are De Jong. They're all good. Yes.
Good. Okay, if anyone does have any questions, just put them into the chat box or button and type them in there. We've only got a couple of minutes to go, actually, so just get your questions in. And you've obviously got a web page. If people are interested in such things as lessons, I presume they can go to that and contact you via the website. Yeah, okay. As I said, I'll put all the details in the email. Perhaps you could just send me, Phil, the best web address for me to put into the email. Then everyone can just go directly to you. And so what are your plans for the future?
Well, I've started writing another book. So you mentioned the book at the beginning. I did this one about 4 years ago, How Music Works, which is a music theory one for ukulele players. Yeah. Just before lockdown, just before I was fortunate enough, just before everyone's business closed and the printers stopped taking orders, I got the sequel out.
Oh, did you?
Which is How Songs Work on the Ukulele, which is all to do with chord progressions.
Yeah.
And then about 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks ago, I started writing a new one, which hopefully will come out in maybe 2 or 3 months' time on swing ukulele, playing swing jazz on the ukulele.
Oh, right. That sounds good.
Lots and lots of songs in there to play.
Yeah. Okay, right. We don't seem to have any more questions. What is the cost of the Phil Uke?
Oh, it's from World of Ukes. It is, I believe, $329.
$329. Okay. And where can you buy finger picks from?
Anywhere, any music shop. The reason I use these ones, which are Dunlops, is because I can get them anywhere. So if I'm on tour and I find myself in a town and I look in my pocket and I've lost my picks,
Yeah.
any guitar shop should have Dunlop thumb and
Yeah.
finger picks.
So they're, yeah, because they're not specific to the ukulele, are they? They
No,
can be
no.
for any instrument. Right, good. Okay, and don't forget the alternative tuning
Oh.
book, Phil.
Thanks, John. Yes, alternate tunings as well. That's a little A5 book that I put out as well on different tunings for the ukulele and little pieces to play in different
Right.
tunings.
So much to learn, so much to learn on all these instruments, aren't there? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think let's give Phil a big round of applause, or at least a Zoom wave, just to say.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Phil. And God, it's still early in the morning, isn't it?
I
10
know,
o'clock.
tell
Still
me
got the
about
whole
it.
day ahead of us. So that's well, as you know, you've come to a warm up. That's the idea, just to get everyone warmed
Yes.
up and thinking about the ukulele, which is such a lovely instrument and makes us all smile. So once again, thank you very much, Phil, and we'll say goodbye. Thank you.
Take care. Nice to see you all. Bye bye.
Thanks very much.
And that's us. That's it from me.